Welcome back to the deep dive. So, if you've ever found yourself wrestling with a big 4K video project, say for a high-end corporate setup or a university, you know the headaches.
Oh, yeah.
Signal degradation, having the wrong boxes in the van, just all the proprietary power supply.
The Walwart graveyard.
Exactly. So our mission today is to do a deep dive into this one piece of gear, the Aurora HT-TX1-WP2-B wall plate, because it feels like it might just be the end of all that complexity.
I think so. I mean, what we're looking at here is a device that really rethinks the endpoint. The core problem, the thing we're always fighting, is getting uncompressed, high-bandwidth 4K video over long distances
Without it looking terrible.
without dropping frames or adding any lag people can see. And this thing just delivers. We're talking full uncompressed 4K 60, 4.4.4, 18 Gbps, HDMI 2.0, all up to 330 feet over a single C cable, and with zero frame latency.
Okay, zero latency is a must-have for anything interactive, but hold on. Let's talk about the color for a second. For anyone who isn't, reading spec sheets for breakfast, what's the real impact of getting that full 4.4.4 uncompressed signal?
It's all about fidelity.
Why does that matter more than, say, 4.2.0?
It matters because 4.4.4 means zero compromise on color. You preserve the sharpest text, the most accurate colors. It's absolutely critical for things like digital signage, detailed medical scans, anything with fine print on a video wall.
So it's the difference between an image that just works and one that's perfect?
Exactly. A perfect representation.
Okay, let's unpack where this thing saves you money and time before you even get to the job site.
Boy.
Inventory. For installers, the classic nightmare is having a garage full of receivers, or RX units when you really need transmitters, the TX units.
Right, or the other way around. And this unit just makes that whole problem go away.
Well, it's what they're calling the bidirectional revolution.
This wall plate is truly universal. You can literally just set it to be a transmitter or a receiver whenever you need. It completely ends that inventory risk. For a big company, that could cut your spare parts inventory in half.
That is a huge logistical win. And I guess it's part of the whole shift with their new H2 Pro series, right? The HDBaseT 3.0
Yes,
products.
with the HT-TC1-WP2, it's a whole new way of thinking.
So let's talk about the other big frustration. Power. Are we finally done with all the wall warts?
I think we are. And it's thanks to their bidirectional power over HDBaseT, or POH. It's actually patent pending.
And what's different about it?
Well, older standards were always one way. You had to power the receiver from the rack side. This new version is non-proprietary, and it lets you choose which side provides the power.
Wait, so let me get this straight. I can use a PoE switch in my server rack, and that one Ethernet cable powers both the transmitter plate on the wall and the receiver box by the screen.
That's it, exactly. You eliminate the external power supply at the wall, you centralize everything. It just makes the install so much simpler. And on top of that, you get full 480 megabit per second USB 2.0 with directional control and 1 gigabit LAN, all baked in.
That's some serious hardware.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets really interesting for me, the software layer, the intelligence. You have a web server for remote control, sure, but the real game changer seems to be this ReAX IP control engine option.
Yes. What's fascinating here is that the ReX engine is based on JavaScript.
The web language.
Right. So this lets you build full IP control automation right into the device. You don't need a separate proprietary control box sitting in the middle. The intelligence is at the endpoint.
So if it's running on open standard JavaScript, how does that play with the big legacy control systems,
Yeah.
the Crustrons and AMXs of the world? Does it make programming easier, or does it just shift the complexity?
It actually simplifies it. Because it's IP-based and open, it speaks the language of the modern network natively. You can build powerful little automation scripts right on the endpoint that talk to the big systems, which can offload some of the work from that central processor.
Wow. Okay, and they also crammed in some major audio updates. You said this is the first unit to implement ARC audio return channel and let you feed that audio back to Dante.
Yes, or to the local line output. And that's a big deal. Getting audio back from, say, a smart TV's Netflix app to the main audio system has always been a pain.
Or required a whole other box.
Right. By routing ARC directly to Dante, or AES 67, which are the industry standards for audio over IP, it connects the whole AV ecosystem. You can even pick between 2-channel or 8-channel.
So, to wrap this up for you, what does this all mean? The Aurora HT-TX1-WP2-B gives you that uncompressed 4K 60 signal. It simplifies your life with bidirectional hardware and power, and it integrates some really smart JavaScript-based control and audio routing. Plus, for government jobs, it's TAA compliant, made in the USA, and tariff-free at $1,298.
And, this raises a really important question for me. If this third generation of HD-based key products already has this full JavaScript control built in, how much closer are we to having fully autonomous self-managing AV networks? What does this transition to HDBaseT 3.0 really mean for how we design systems in the long run? I feel like the future isn't about centralized control, but about intelligent endpoints that can manage themselves.